Today we'll be making a 3D flower craft that can be used as a Mother's Day present or just for fun. Here are the supplies you will need to do this craft, and let's get started. Take your first piece of paper and lay it down horizontally. Then draw 4 petal shapes and fold your paper in half. Then you will begin to cut them out. So since it's folded in half, you're going to cut out the petals 4 times and it will give you 8 petals total. Now we're going to make 4 lawn strips of paper using our scraps. So just cut some scraps, try and make them the same size, and cut out any extra little pieces so it looks nice and even, and you should have 4 pieces total. Next, we're going to color. You can pick any color you want. I'm using crayons, but markers work as well. Jumping ahead, I've colored all of my pieces. I have 6 petals that are blue, 2 that are going to be my leaves, and my 4 strips of paper. Now I'm going to be folding the tops of my petals and my leaves. So I'm going to fold both tops up for my petal. I'm going to do the same for my leaves, and then just repeat for all of your pieces. Next, it's time for us to start gluing. So you're going to take all of your 6 flower petals and begin to glue them down. I'm gluing it down towards the top of my paper, and you're just going to glue them so that you have a flower shape. As you see, I'm putting them down one by one, and we're just putting glue on that little corner piece, and there we go. We've got all of our petals. Next, we're going to be gluing the other side of the petal to give it that 3D effect. So just glue where you folded, where that triangle shape is, and press it down so that it's staying really well, and you're going to repeat, so you're going to be doing that with all 6 of your petals. Next, we are going to take our 4 strips of paper and fold one in half, then put some glue on the center, and take a second piece of paper, also fold it in half, and then glue it to that spot with the yellow side up. So now we're going to have an X shape, and we're going to repeat this, and we're going to glue our next strip, and it's going to be going up and down, and then we're going to be having one that is going side to side, and it will look like this. Next, we're going to be folding all of our strips upwards. So one at a time, fold them up, and as you're doing that, make sure you crease it pretty well at the bottom. And now we're just going to glue this into our flower. Next, gather up those yellow strips, and again, you're going to crease them on the bottom so they can stand up in a nice 3D effect. I added a black dot in the center of mine, but you don't have to. So we're going to do our final steps. We're going to be gluing our leaves. I'm gluing them so that they are touching, and again, we're just gluing so that has that 3D pop-up effect, gluing in the little triangle shape. And lastly, we're going to draw our stem. So draw the stem to the base of the flower onto the bottom of the page. And here's my flower, and if you're making it for Mother's Day, you can always add Happy Mother's Day.